Draw for us, Dad.
Hey, awesome artists! Are you ready to have some fun drawing today? Today, we're drawing Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So grab some paper, pencils, and all your favorite drawing materials, and let's get started. If I go too fast, just pause and rewind. And remember, drawing's all about having fun, so remember to have a good time. If you enjoyed drawing Leo today, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to help the channel grow. Your support is much appreciated. Let's start with Leo's eyes. Start with a curvy line as you see here for the top of Leo's eye shape. Then do a curve going down one side and a short curve on the other side. Finish off with a horizontal line at the bottom to complete the eye shape. Do the opposite for the other line. A curvy line for the top of the eye, a curve going down one side, a curved line going down the other side, and a line at the bottom to complete the shape. Let's draw circles in the middle for each eye for the iris. And fill them in solid black. Remember, the brow of the right eye is covering up part of the iris. Draw a curve at the bottom to start the eye mask and stop around the bottom of the left eye. Draw a curve going up and ending right below the right eye. This is for Leo's nose. And then a short curve going up to finish off the bottom of the eye mask. Right above the eyes, draw some curves for the brow area. Then some connecting curves on the other side to finish off the top of the eye mask. Draw a big curve right above, from one end to another for the top of Leo's head. And vertical lines going down each side to complete the eye mask shape. Draw a big oval curve at the bottom for the face shape. It should start from one end of the bandana and swoop around to the other end. Let's give Leo a confident smile. Draw a curve sweeping across the front of his face. And at each end point of the line, draw a small curve. Let's finish the bandana. At the side, draw two small curves for the bandana's knot. Draw a curve that sweeps down and connects to the knot to start the bandana's tail. A short line for a fold, and another curve to finish the shape. Let's draw one more bandana tail. Draw a curve swooping up and then curling back and connecting to the knot. And another curve that sweeps up, then down and back again to connect to the knot. One more short line or a fold. For the neck area, draw a short line under the chin and another line sweeping back up the opposite direction. Let's draw a line curving up to the side of the head to start the shoulder area, and another line the opposite side, going the other direction. Draw a curve going around for the deltoid muscle. A curve for one side of the bicep muscle, and another curve for the opposite side. Let's do the same for the other side. A curved line for the deltoid, a curved line for one side of the bicep, and another line for the opposite side of the bicep. Let's work on the front shell. Draw a line sweeping down under the head area and stop right under the middle area of the chin. Draw a line going up the opposite direction to complete the V shape. A curve going down the left side, and a curve going down the right side. A line going right down the middle. Another curve across. And one more curve to complete the shape. Let's add some details. A curved line for the part of the deltoid behind the front shell. Another curve to add form for the bicep. And one more for the other side. We'll do one more layer for the front shell. Let's draw a curve going down one side. A line going down the middle. And a small line to create a diamond shape right in the middle. And another line down the other side. Draw a line across the bicep area to start the elbow pad. Another curved line for the other side of the elbow pad. A curve on the side to start the forearm. Another curve for the other side of the forearm. And a curvy line for the side of the elbow pad. One more curvy line on the other side. And a line in the middle to indicate a fold. Let's do the same approach for the arm. A line connecting the bicep lines to start the elbow pad. Another curved line for the other side. A curved line for one side of the forearm. Another short line for the other side. Create a curly line for the side of the elbow pad. And another curly line for the other side. A short line to indicate a fold. Let's start drawing Leo's katana sword. Start off by drawing the katana's guard, which is basically a square shape. Draw a line at an angle going up. Leave a gap for the blade. Then a line going across and back down. Then a line going across to complete the shape. Let's draw some parallel lines to indicate the thickness for the katana's guard. Draw a box shape where we left a gap to create the blade collar. For the katana's blade, I'm using a ruler to create a straight line. And a parallel straight line on the other side. I made it slightly shorter because I'll create an angled connecting line for the katana's end point. Let's draw the hand holding the sword. Start off by drawing a curve right under the guard for Leo's thumb. Draw a short line to indicate a curly thumb. A curve is used for the base of the thumb. Another curve to continue the base of the palm. A curved line going down to start the index finger. A curved line going across for where the index finger is starting to curl. And a curling line going up for where the index finger folds in, and a short line to indicate form. Let's do the same for the other finger. A line going down at an angle, a line going across, and a line going down, and finishing off the palm area. I'm adding 3 short lines for the nail of the thumb. curved line going down and a line across are used for the wrist wrapping. Now for the katana's handle. Draw a line going down and 2 more parallel lines to the side and a V shape at the bottom to complete the shape. I'll add a box shape at the end for the katana's end pommel. Let's do the same process for Leo's other katana. A line across to start the katana's guard. A line going down at an angle. A line going across. A short line going up. And a line angling back, leaving a gap for the blade. Just like before, I'm drawing parallel lines to give some thickness to the katana's guard. I'm drawing a thin box in the middle for the blade's collar. Using a ruler again, I'm creating a pair of straight lines. And remembering to leave one line slightly shorter for the angle blade tip. Now for the hand. A curve to start the thumb. A curve going up and connecting back under the katana's guard. A short line to add form. And a box shape for the nail of the thumb. Draw a curve going down to start the index finger. A line going down and across to complete the shape. A line to indicate the other side of the index finger. One more finger to go. Draw a line going down, a line going across, a line angling back up, and a little bump for the knuckle. A curved line for the palm. And another curve for the wrist wrapping. Now for the handle. Draw a line going down and 2 more lines going down. And a connecting V shape at the bottom to finish the shape. Finally, a box shape for the end pommel. Let's work on the belt. Draw a circle for the belt buckle. It should be located right in the middle. Then a line sweeping behind for the top of the belt. I'll create a parallel sweeping line below for the bottom of the belt. And some short lines inside to indicate some folds. I'll draw another circle inside the buckle. And I'll draw a letter L for his name. A line going down the side is for the side of the shell. Make 2 more on the other side. And a line going down to connect and complete the belt shape. Draw a line going up behind the bandana's tail to indicate the back shell. Add 1 more short line on the other side. Let's finish the front shell. The bottom portion of the shell right below the belt is a V shape. So draw a line going down at an angle and a line going up at an angle. Add a line right down the middle. Let's start a leg. Draw a curved line going down. And another curved line on the other side. And a line across to complete the shape. I want his other leg to be stepping forward in space. So draw a line sweeping forward. Then another sweeping forward on the other side. A short overlapping line is to indicate leg anatomy. And a curving line going across for the knee pad. Let's draw a few more curves behind for the back shell. Below the left leg, a curved line for the bottom portion of the knee pad, and some side lines to complete the shape. Let's do the same for the right leg, a line curving below the leg. And lines on each side going down to complete the shape. Now for the lower legs. Draw a curved line sweeping down for the calf muscle and connecting to a smaller curve for the ankle bone. Do the reverse for the other side. Do the same for the other leg. A curved line sweeping down for the calf muscle. And the same for the other side, only in reverse. Now for the feet. Draw a pair of curving lines for the top portion of the foot. A small curve for the base of the toe. Another small curve for the opposite side. A short line to indicate form. And an oval curve for one of the toes. Another oval curve for the other toe. Lines for form and to complete the foot shape. And box shapes for the nails of the toes. A small curve right behind is for the heel in the very back. Let's do the other foot. A curved line for the top of the foot. A short line for the other side. A small curve for the ankle bone. A curved line for the heel. A short line for the front portion of the foot. Draw a curved line for the base of the toe. And an oval curve for the toe itself. Let's do the same for the other toe. A curved line for the base of the toe, and an oval curve for the toe itself. And some lines for form. Finally, some box shapes for the nails of the toes. Now for some finishing touches. Using a thicker drawing tool, I'm outlining key shapes and silhouettes to pop out Leo's form, to make the drawing really stand out. And there, you've just drawn Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. How awesome is that? Now it's coloring time. Leo's skin is green, while his face mask and wrappings are blue. His back shell is brown, his front shell is tan color, and his belt is black. And his katana swords are dark gray and light gray for the blades. You did awesome. Keep practicing and having fun. If you love drawing Leonardo today, hit that like button and subscribe for more fun drawing adventures. See you next time, artists.
Draw for us, Dad.
Hey, awesome artists. Are you ready to have some fun drawing today? Today, we're drawing Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So grab some paper, pencils, and all your favorite drawing materials, and let's start drawing together. Let's begin by drawing Raph's eye with a wavy curve. Then, a line underneath. A vertical lines down each side to complete the shape. We'll do the same for the other side. A wavy line, a line underneath, and vertical lines down the side to complete the shape. Next, we'll draw solid black circles inside for the iris of the eyes. We'll start the eye mask by drawing the brows right above the eyes. Draw two curves. In between the eyes, draw a curve for the top of Raph's nose. Next, draw a line across the top. And a line below. And lines down the side. Next, draw a curve on the top across for the top of Raph's head. Follow up with a curve below for the shape of Raph's jaw and side of his head. Let's draw Raph's mouth. Draw a wavy curve, followed by a line down the side, a line across the bottom, and a line up the other side. A small curve on the corner to add the mouth's expression. Let's draw some teeth. Inside the mouth shape, draw a curve in the upper area with a vertical line to finish the shape. For the teeth row below, start with a curve up, followed by a curve across, and a vertical line down. Let's fill in the area around the teeth solid black. For the bandana tail behind Raph's eye mask, start with a long curve angling down, and another curve on the other side. Connect the two curves with a short line. Draw a curve for the bandana's knot. One more at the bottom. Add a line inside the tail for the full detail. Let's draw one more bandana tail. Draw another wavy curve angling down. Let's create another wavy curve on the other side to complete the shape. And another line inside for the full detail. To the side of Raph's head, draw a curve for the trap muscle, a curve for one side of the deltoid muscle, and a short line below for the other side of the deltoid muscle. Draw a shallow curve for the tricep, a curved line below for the bicep, and a line inside for muscle detail. Connect the two lines to start the elbow pad. Another curve for the other side of the elbow pad. A line across below, and a wavy line above to finish the elbow pad shape. I'll add lines inside for full detail. Let's draw a curve going down for one side of the forearm, and a curve going down the other side, and a line inside for muscle form. Draw a curve to start the top of the wristband. Another curve below, and a vertical line on the side. Draw a curve going down to start the top of the hand. A small curve for a knuckle. A line down and curve it inward for the finger. Draw another small curve for the other knuckle. And again, a line down and a curve for the other finger. Let's draw Raph's side weapon. Start with a long vertical line up, connected to an angled line going up. Curve it around and back inside to create the side's guard tip. Continue it with a straight line going down. Leave a gap and continue with a straight line down. Draw an angled line down below and connect it with a curve to complete the guard tip. For the middle blade, draw a long line at an angle. Draw another long angled line below and connect the two lines with a curve to complete the shape. Add a curve at the base for form. Let's finish drawing the hand holding the side. Draw a line for the side of the thumb, a small curve for the thumb joint, a small line for the finger wrapping around the handle, a line down for the side of the index finger, a line for the finger wrapping around, and a line below to complete the index finger. For the handle area, start with a curve and connect it with two parallel lines. Draw a curve for the top of the end area. A pair of parallel lines, and finish off with a curve to complete the shape. On the right side of the head, draw a curve for the trap muscle. Draw a large curve for the top of the deltoid muscle. Let's draw a curve to the side to start the forearm. A wavy curve on the other side to complete the forearm. Connect the two lines to start the wristband. A parallel line below for the other side. A line on the side to complete the wristband. Add a curve inside the forearm for muscle form, and a line inside the wristband for fold. Start the hand with a curve for the base of the thumb, a line for part of the thumb behind, a curve for the tip of the thumb, a line angling down for the nail area, a long curve, and a curve for the thumb joint. Draw a curve to start the other finger. And a curve below to finish. Add a curve on the side for the base of the palm. Let's draw the other side. Draw a long straight line. Draw an angled line to start the guard tip. Curve the line around to complete the shape. Draw a straight line again, but leave a gap. Draw a curve and another on the other side for the other guard tip. For the blade in the middle, again draw a long straight line at an angle. Draw another angled line on the other side. And connect the lines with a small curve to create the tip. A curve again at the base for form. I'll add a small line behind the side to complete the hand. And a short line inside for the part of the thumb base. Draw a curve to start the handle base. Another curve for the tip side. One more curve for the bottom of the tip. And two straight lines for the side. Let's continue with Raph's torso. Under the head, draw a curve to start the collarbone, followed by a straight angled line. Do the reverse for the other side. Draw two short curves under the jawline for Raph's neck. Start the front shell with a curve at an angle, followed by another curve going up the other angle. Draw a curve down for the side. A curve up for the midline. A curve on the side. And 2 curves across the bottom to complete the upper portion of the front shell. Continue the midline down. A short line down on the right side. A short line down on the left side. Draw a long curve across the top for the belt. Draw a parallel curve across the bottom. And a line on the side to complete the belt shape. Add some lines inside for the belt detail. Draw a pair of V shapes under the armpit area for the side shell opening. And fill in the opening solid black. We'll work on Raph's back shell next. Right above the trap muscle, draw a curve to start the shell trim. And a parallel line right next to it. Draw a big sweeping curve and remember to keep the lines behind the bandana's tails. Carry that line to the other side on the right. Add one more line inside for detail. I'll fill in the gap between the shell trim and body solid black. Continue with the front shell by drawing the lower half. Right below the belt, draw a triangle shape. And add a midline sweeping up. I'll start the left leg with a curve sweeping down. And another on the other side. Let's continue the back shell. Continue the line on the corner with pairs of curves. And a curve for the outside shape. Fill in the gap solid black. Under the leg shape, start the knee pad with a curve, followed by a curve around behind the side. Draw a curve to start the back calf muscle. Continue that line down behind the side and connect it to a small curve for the ankle bone. Draw a curve on the other side for the other side of the calf and a small curve for the ankle bone. Start a curve for the top of the foot. A curve on the side. A curve for form. A small curve for the front side of the foot. A small curve on the other side. A small curve for the toe joint. Another small curve for the other toe joint. A small curve for the gap between the toes. A curve around for the toe. A curve around for the other toe. A rectangle for the toenail. Another rectangle for the other toenail. Small curves for form. And a curve for the back heel. Draw a curve for the top of the thigh. Remember to keep the curve behind the weapon. A curve on the other side for the inner thigh. A curve around the knee to complete the upper leg shape. Under the knee, draw a curve to start the knee pad. Curves on the other side to complete the shape. A few curves on the inside of the knee pad for detail. Under the leg shape, draw a small curve for the ankle and connect it to a long curve for the lower leg. I'll draw an angled line up for the upper foot area. A vertical curve for the back heel. Another curve for the front area of the foot. A curve around for the toe. A curve for the toe joint. Another curve for the other toe joint. One more curve for the other toe. And a pair of rectangle shapes for the toenails. Now, using a thicker drawing tool, I'll outline key areas like the head shape, weapons, and silhouette to really pop out the form. And there, you've just drawn Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. How awesome is that? Now it's coloring time. Raph's colors are green for his skin, while his face mask and wrappings are red. His back shell is brown, his front shell is tan, and his belt is black. And his side weapons are dark gray for the end tips, light gray for the blades, and brown for the handles. Your drawing turned out awesome. Keep practicing and having fun. If you love drawing Raphael today, hit that like button and subscribe for more fun drawing adventures. See you next time, artists.
Draw for us, Dad.
Hey, awesome artists. Are you ready to have some fun drawing today? Today, we're drawing Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So grab some paper, pencils, and all your favorite drawing materials, and let's start drawing together. Let's begin by drawing Donatello's eyes. Start with a wavy line. A curved line below to complete the eye shape. Let's do the same on the other side. A wavy line. And a curve below. Inside, draw small black circles for the iris of the eyes. Above the eyes, draw wavy curves for the brows. To the side and in between the brows, draw curves for the top of the bandana. Below the eyes, draw a curve for the top of the nose. And curves on the sides for the bottom of the bandana. Draw lines down the sides to complete the bandana shape. Start the mouth shape with a curve across. A line down for the side. A line on the other side. And a line across the bottom. Inside the mouth shape, begin the top teeth with a short line down. And a line across. And with a short line up. A short line below for the bottom teeth. A line across, short lines inside, and finish the bottom teeth with a short line on the side. Let's fill in the area around the teeth solid black. Above, draw a curve for the top of Donatello's head. Below the bandana and to the side, draw a curve down for the side of the jaw. Continue with a curve across the bottom and finish with a curve up on the right side. On the top of the head and to the side, draw a small circle for the bandana's knot. Draw a bandana tail with a long wavy curve. Draw a line down. And finish off with a curve on the other side. Let's draw another bandana tail, starting with a curve sweeping up to the right. A long wavy curve on the other side. And a curve sweeping back the other direction. Below the head, draw curves down for the neck muscle. Let's do the same on the other side. To the side of the head, draw a curve for the trap muscle, a curve for the deltoid muscle, another curve for the other side of the deltoid, a curve for the tricep muscle, a curve on the other side for the bicep muscle, a short line for the deltoid muscle detail, a short line for the other side of the bicep, and a short line for the bottom of the deltoid. Start one of the fingers with a curve, another curve for the front finger segment, a line down and a curve around the front, a short line for the finger segment behind, another at the bottom, a curve for the other knuckle, a curve for the front finger segment, a curve down and around for the front, a curve down for the side, a short curve for the finger segment behind, a curve below for the palm. Continue the palm with another curve, a curve to start the thumb, a curve below for the front part of the thumb, a small square for the nail of the thumb, a curve for the segment behind, a few short lines for the palm interior, inside the fingers, draw small squares for the fingernails. Draw a pair of curves for the elbow pad. A curve on the side for the forearm, and a line inside for the forearm muscle. Start the front shell with a curve below the neck area. Continue with a curve sweeping up on the right. Continue with a line down on the side. A line up the left side. A line down the middle. Draw lines across to complete one segment row. A line down on the right, a line down the middle, and a line down on the left. In between the front shell and the arm, draw a pair of short lines for the side shell opening. Start the other arm with a curve on the right side for the deltoid, a curve below for the bicep muscle, a curve for the deltoid muscle detail, a curve underneath to complete the elbow pad, a curve for one side of the forearm, another curve on the other side for the forearm, a curve to connect the lines and to complete the forearm shape, a curve to complete the wrist strap, and a line inside for the forearm detail. Start the hand with a curve for the base of the thumb, a short line for the finger segment, a curve for the front part of the thumb, a line across to continue, and a vertical line to finish the thumb. Draw a line on the side for the top of the hand, a short line, a curve for one finger, a line at an angle. Draw another line to complete the fingernail, a curve to continue the finger, and a curve for the thumb for the index finger behind. To each side of Donatello's head, draw curves for the back shell. And two short parallel lines to segment the shell. Using a straight edge, draw straight lines for one side of Donatello's bow and another for the other side. At the edge, draw an oval for the end of the bow and a curve on the other end to close the shape. Draw a series of curves in the middle area for the wrapping around the bow. Draw some lines in the interior for wood detail. In the middle, below the front shell, draw an oval to start the belt buckle. Another oval inside. Draw a straight line down and a curve to start the letter D. Repeat the shape inside. Draw a line across for the top of the belt. Keep the line behind the buckle. Repeat with a line below. And a line down the side to finish the belt. Below the belt, draw a straight line at an angle for the bottom of the front shell. Continue with an angled line back up the other direction. And a line down the middle. Draw a line down for the side of the thigh. Continue with a curve around and a curve back up. Draw a few lines inside for the thigh muscles. Start the knee pad with a short curve on the side. A curve across the bottom. And a curve back up the other direction. And lines inside for fold detail. Below the knee pad, draw a curve down for the side of the calf. Sweep inside and connect to a small curve for the ankle bone. Do the same on the other side. Start the foot with curves down the side. A small curve for a toe bump. Another on the other side. Draw a curve around for a toe. A small curve across, and another curve for the other toe. Draw a rectangle for the toenail. Another on the other toe. Small lines for detail. And one more small curve. For the other leg, draw a long curve across the side for the top of the leg thigh. A curve down below. Another line for the leg muscle. And a curve to close the leg shape. A short line for the leg muscle. A curve across for the bottom of the knee pad. And a line down the side. Add a couple lines inside for fold detail. Start the lower leg with a short line for the calf. A long curve below for the other side. A curve for the heel. Continue with a curve for the bottom of the foot. A curve for the top part of the foot. A small curve for the ankle bone. A curve to start the toe. And a curve around for the front part of the toe. Repeat the process for the back toe. Add rectangles inside for the toenails. Add a curve in between the legs for the back shell. Now, using a thicker drawing tool, outline Donatello's silhouette and key areas and shapes to pop up the form and help the overall drawing read better. And there, you've just drawn Donatello from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. How awesome is that? Now it's coloring time. Donatello's colors are green for his skin, purple for his bandana, light orange for the front shell, brown for his side and back shell, dark gray for the belt, brown and gray for the bow weapon. Your drawing turned out awesome. Keep practicing and having fun. If you love drawing Donatello today, hit that like button and subscribe for more fun drawing adventures. See you next time, artists.
Draw for us, Dad.
Hey, awesome artist. Are you ready to have some fun drawing today? Today, we're drawing Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So grab some paper, pencils, and all your favorite drawing materials, and let's start drawing together. Let's begin by drawing Michelangelo's eyes. Start an eye with a curve, and a curve below to close the shape. Let's draw another eye to the left and slightly lower. Inside the eyes, draw small black circles for the iris of the eyes. In between and below the eyes, draw a curve for the top of Mike's nose. Above the eyes, draw curves for the brows of the eyes. Draw straight lines in between the brows and to the sides for the top of the eye mask. Draw lines to the side of the nose for the bottom of the eye mask. And vertical lines down the sides to close the mask shape. Let's draw Michelangelo's mouth. Start with a wavy curve below the eye mask. A line down the left side, and a curve across the bottom to close the shape. Inside the mouth, start the teeth with a short line down, a curve across, and a line down. For the teeth below, draw a curve. Continue with the curve on the other side. A curve across, and finish with the curve at the end. In between the teeth, draw short curves for the tongue. Fill in the space around the mouth and tongue solid black. Above the eye mask, draw a curve across for the top of Michelangelo's head. And a curve across below for the shape of his face. To the left of the eye mask, draw a short curve to start the mask knot, a curve down to begin the bandana's tail. Continue with the curve towards the side of the head. A curve on the other side to finish the shape. A short line to finish the bandana knot. Draw a wavy line for the other bandana tail. and another wavy line on the other side to finish the shape. Below the head, draw lines down for the neck muscles. Below the head, draw a short angled line for the trap muscle. Another on the other side. Draw a curve for the deltoid muscle. A curve for the bicep muscle. A curve for the tricep. A short line for the corner of the pectoral muscle. Another short line below the tricep. Draw a curve for one side of the elbow pad. Another curve for the other side. And lines on the side to finish the elbow pad. Start a thumb with a wavy curve. A curve for the front part of the thumb. A curve for one side of the index finger. A curve down the side. A curve down on the other side. Draw a curve across for the other finger. A curve down the side. And a curve down the other side. A curve on the bottom for the other side of the finger. Draw a rectangle shape for the nail of the thumb. Draw lines down for the forearms of the fingers. Start drawing the nunchucks by drawing lines down for the top area. Draw curves across to finish the shape. Draw lines down for the nunchuck handles. And a curve below to close the shape. A line inside for the bottom plane. A short line for the finger segment. A couple of curves for the palm. Start another nunchuck handle with a curve. Draw a pair of straight lines and close the shape with a curve down. Draw a pair of straight lines for the handle part. And a curve down to close the shape. Start drawing the chain connections in between. Think of them as interlocking rectangle shapes. Below the neck, draw a curve to start the front shell. Continue with another curve across and a line down. A line down the other side. A line down the middle. Draw a pair of lines across. Lines down the side. And a line down the middle. Draw a curve for the other deltoid muscle. Start the forearm with a curve. A curve down for the wrist wrap. Another curve for the other side of the wrist wrap. A short line to close the shape. A short line for the other side of the forearm. Start the thumb with a curve. And a short curve for the front area. Draw a curve for the index finger. And a curve down the side. Draw a curve down for the knuckle. Draw another curve for the other finger. A curve down the front. A curve down for the other knuckle. A straight line for the other side of the finger. Lines for the finger form. Draw a rectangle for the fingernail of the thumb. Draw a short line for the forearm form. Draw lines down for the top area of the nunchucks. Draw a curve across to close the shape. Draw lines down for the handle area. Draw a curve below to connect the lines. And a curve inside for the bottom plane. And a line to close the finger shape. Draw another nunchuck handle with a pair of straight lines. Connect the lines with a curve. Two short straight lines for the top area. And curves to complete the shape. Like before, draw interlocking rectangle shapes for the chains. Start the buckle with a circle below the front shell. Another circle inside. Inside the circle, draw the letter M for Michelangelo's name. Add a small curve for the thumb area behind the nunchuck handle. To the sides of the buckle, draw straight lines across for the top of the belt. Repeat the line below for the bottom of the belt. To the side of the front shell and below the arm, draw a pair of curves for the side shell opening. To the side of the head, draw curves for the shell at the back. Continue the back shell with curves under the arm and below the belt. Add another pair of curves to the side. And lines down the side to finish the belt shape. Add lines to segment the back shell. Draw lines inside the belt area for full detail. Draw an angled line below the belt for the bottom area of the front shell. Continue with another angled line up and a line down the middle. A curve for the top of the thigh and another curve below for the back side of the leg. Draw a long curve for the top part of the knee pad. A line down the side. A curve below to complete the knee pad shape. Draw lines inside for full detail. A wavy curve for the lower leg area. Do the same for the other side. A curve for the ankle bone. Draw a curve for the top part of the foot. A pair of curves to start the toes. Draw a shallow rectangle for the toenail. A curve below for the front part of the toe. Repeat the process for the other toe. A curve for the toe segment behind. And a long curve for the bottom of the foot. And a curve all the way around for the heel. Start the other leg with a curve for the shell opening. A line down for the side of the leg. Another line on the other side. A curve across below to close the shape. A curve for detail. Draw curves below for the knee pad. And lines inside for full detail. Start the lower leg area with a curve for the ankle bone. A curve below for the lower leg. A curve for the heel. Continue the foot with a curve down. A small curve to start the toe. And a curve around for the front part of the toe. A rectangle shape for the toenail. And a straight line for form. Repeat the process for the toe on the right. In between the legs, draw curves to finish off the back shell. And a pair of straight lines for the segments. Now, using a thicker drawing tool, outline key shapes, areas, and silhouette to pop out the form and help the overall drawing read better. And there, You've just drawn Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. How awesome is that? Now it's coloring time. Michelangelo's colors are green for his skin, orange for his bandana, light orange for the front shell, brown for his side and back shell, dark gray for the belt, brown and gray for the weapons. Your drawing turned out awesome. Keep practicing and having fun. If you love drawing Michelangelo today, hit that like button and subscribe for more fun drawing adventures. See you next time, artists!